sort of my big poem. It's called Like Bukowski and Drag. And this one has a bit of a story. In 1994, I went to San Francisco for a couple of weeks, and I was on the bus, because there was a lot there, and I saw this person get on the bus, and that's the phrase that came into my brain. Like Bukowski and Drag, that's what this person looked like. It was some old person in a dress. Could have been a man, could have been a woman, don't know. But I wrote this whole piece in a laundromat about 3 or 4 hours before there was an open mic poetry reading where I read the poem. As it turned out, it was hosted by Bukowski's biographer, Neely Tchaikovsky. So he was really excited because I had a Bukowski poem. And when I launched this book way back in 2000, I actually launched it at Bukowski's, now long gone, become Cougar Central. Of course, it's the same girls, but when I went there, they weren't Cougars. Like Bukowski and Drag. What do I have to do to stop shaking? In my shame, I am a shaman. My face, my legs, my arms, my chest, my palms, my back are demons of hair, and naked I drink and I dance in hell, someone else's heaven, and I don't see any more of myself. In any way, I see succubus, succubus Lilith, ancient, more ancient than Tiresias of my dreams. She surrounds my attic brain with her tongue. She is as obsessed within me as I am without her. She is beyond escaping me as I age. She has all things ready. She gains wisdom, ungainly truth, lumbering inside my youthful, awkward, and huge body. She outfits herself within all things, too large for her and too small for me. Clothes us in dreams, words, thoughts, desires we burst through. Every seam she's sewn us into. I change with her moons. She stops the dawn, the dawn, the dawn, and I become the wolf, the bear. I cover our nakedness with the hair of my skin, the carpet of our flesh, and she strips it all as it comes. She shaves me close, and I am nearly blood. She is my vultured wife, and I her green man. Castrated and sullen together, we are drunk as raisins. We cannot fly nor run. We have no forest nor any sky. Awake, I crawl inside this whore's nylons, inside her stink of bourbon stung with cherry lipstick, inside, 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 inside my throat drunk with flames, spiraled up, down, I twirl in songs of vapor and daylight in her eyes, in her morning. She is salt and pepper in and in her thighs, our face. From somewhere immense inside her belly, Stravinsky emerges with lines of stolen emotion. I promised myself long ago, before memory and pain and hunger and unrepentance. I tell her to make a fist in her sleep. She keeps the daylight in her hands. We need night. We need the night, the night, the night. Nacht, as in music. The light of day seems not to be for us. We need the dark, strains of Stravinsky, Mahler, and the past. The future, the daylight, and reality belong to Hemingway and others, Frank fucking Sinatra, but not us. We lose it, and I lose her again. She runs naked into the daylight, into a song with a voice. Naked she is in my mind, in dawn and death, with morning. The day comes in her absence. I cannot. I wobble home in her blistered feet, shoved hard into stolen Italian pumps, taken from a flea market somewhere east of wherever it was we had been. I am bound again, suddenly, in as low as she saw herself in us. I am that whore, not pretty, handsome, young, old, or wise. I am near to death and near to life. I am unconscious on a killing floor, being tramped over by drunken diesel dykes and stoned out drag queens. I am danced over and around and on top of. I have only what falls from my mouth to offer, and that is not sound, but blood. I am helped to sit, I think, from her ghost that has no shadow, nor any death, but a breath of herself. That is the pain in my mind and in my body. I don't know. I do not know. I flick my wrist up at my screaming, but without a drink to throw, it is a wasted dream. It is her dream anyhow, every way. I feel the stone weight of the ceiling, of the sky. I see a reflection of myself in a room full of mirrors, one reflection in a room of thousands. Vampires fare better. I anger and spit at myself through a hole in my storytelling. I am sick to have done this and fall to my knees onto thin shreds of nylon condoms for my legs, holding the hair, the skin, the muscle, the bone, and the self in sleep, distorted. Somehow, a bitter old man in a pretty new dress, covering scrawny drunken limbs and a broken face, covering a beautiful smile like Bukowski in Drag. Stitches crawl from my scalp along my spider's web hair. Again, I spit and spit. I spit. Oceans drowned within my hollow teeth. When I do, I find sleep. My dreams notice that when one bird flies, it seems to move at random to the whims of the wind. But when a flock furls past, their pattern merges, and randomness is engulfed in beauty and purpose. Perhaps the pattern the single bird flies, apparently alone, is part of a scheme or a dream so large that the beauty of it becomes individual, serene, invisible, sublime as words on a page. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Very, very good evening, in my opinion. Thank you. Thank you.